What's up, y'all? Alright, so before I get into reading the book for today, I just want to give some updates. Today I woke up, I'm actually feeling pretty positive. Those like, I learned something about myself yesterday. Well, I already knew it, but I figured out how to put it into words. So the things I have the most trouble with are the daily ups and downs, right? So like, yesterday I get a call, some really good news. I'm going to share with you guys here in a minute. But I needed that call, right? And it's like something I've been waiting on, something I've been praying on. It's a game changer for me and my situation currently. Then a little bit later, I get another call. Well, didn't get a call. And it like kind of shot me down. So what I'm saying is, so yesterday, the big things that I've been telling y'all I've been working on is just like fixing myself. As you know, I've lost my vehicle. I've lost my job. I've lost it all. In a matter of time, it's just like right there together. So yesterday, I got a call on a job I put in for 3 weeks ago, and I start that job tomorrow. So that's where things are kind of starting to look up. Also yesterday, probably about an hour later, I realized that doctor had never called me. Well, apparently they weren't just calling me. I had to go online and register and then get a Zoom, and then they meet me on the Zoom, but nobody explained that to me. So it's like I missed my appointment and it wasn't my fault. But I got that rescheduled. That appointment holds everything I need to get my mental health right, basically. So when the situation came up and I wasn't going to be able to do that, I got really down and was like, damn, man, I ain't never going to make it out of this. I ain't never going to be better. I ain't never going to be able to figure this out. Like, how do you miss your appointment, bro? How do you do that? Well, that's how it just happened, and it wasn't really my fault. I guess I could have asked more questions, but when somebody says they're gonna call, you just assume that you're waiting on a phone call. So, anyways, I had those little ups and downs yesterday, and I held on to the up. Like, okay, cool, I might not have got a doctor's appointment, but bro, I'm going to work. I'm going to work. 2 more days and I'll be at work. So, it just goes to show that there's a lot of ups and downs in life, in a daily life, and in mine as well. And that's something I struggle with. It's like, the moment I got a breath of fresh air because I got the job, I was like right back to being nervous again because I didn't have that other appointment. So it's like I try to get everything taken care of, but one day at a time, one step at a time, and the rest of it is going to fall into place. I didn't think I was going to get a job yesterday. I thought I was going to the doctor. Well, I did the opposite. Didn't go to the doctor, but I got a job. So, it's just like count your blessings, man. We can hold on to whatever we want to hold on to in this life, but some things are just not worth hanging on to with everything we have. And sorry to be off screen. Give me a second. Alright, but with that being said, I was reading through the book that I did with you guys yesterday. And this one really hits home. This is something I'm fighting right now. I'll go into very little detail about that because, like I said yesterday, for y'all to get the point and my purpose of this, I don't have to belittle people. I don't have to bring up names. I don't have to give you guys in-depth information from my personal life. I'm just letting you know that it all works together, but there's a few things that I'm personally still working on that I don't want to discuss too much because I want to see what the outcome of it is first. But today for August 13th, it says difficult people at the top. It says, by giving unconditional love, we become more lovable, and by sharing spiritual growth, we become more spiritual. Most of us have 1 or 2 exceptionally difficult people in our lives. How do we deal with such person when we're in recovery? First, we take our own inventory. And I don't believe this is just for recovery. So, take this into your life from this point. First, we take our inventory. Have we wronged this person? Has some action or attitude of ourselves served as an invitation for the kind of treatment that has been given to us? If so, Will we want to clear the air, admit we are wrong, or ask our higher power to remove whatever defects may be preventing us from being helpful and constructive? Next, as people seeking to live spiritually oriented lives, we approach the problem from the other person's point of view. They may be facing with a number of challenges we either fail to consider or know anything about. Challenges that cause them to be unpleasant. As it said, we seek in recovery to forgive rather than be forgiven, to understand rather than be understood. Finally, if it is within our power, we seek ways to help others overcome their challenges without injury to their own dignity. We pray for their well-being and spiritual growth, and for the ability to offer them the unconditional love that has meant so much to us. We cannot change the difficult people in our lives, nor can we please anyone. But by applying the spiritual principles we've learned, we can learn to love them. Just for today, higher power, help me to serve other people, not demand that they serve me. So what this is for me, this right here is just so big. To love someone unconditional, it does not have to be a relationship. It can be your everyday people, your parents, your friends, your whatever. For me personally, I don't have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of people I run around with for various different reasons. I'm not against having friends. I'm just very cautious. And as a parent, you can't just be friends with everybody because your kids can't just be around everybody either. And that's something that I've been working on as well. But I'm going to say this. People in your life constantly in the negative for you, constantly reminding you of what you used to be and who you used to be, and that you will never change from being that person because that's their opinion of you. To spend a lot of time trying to change people's concepts or what they think of me, I would spend my whole life. And you know, some people in my family are like, if you just come down and move in with us, you know, we'd help you and we'd make sure you get your stuff together. And I'm like, okay, but if I come, you know, and just like live my life based off the way you guys want me to. I live in the town you guys want me to live in. I live in the area. I go to everything that you guys want me to go to or be a part of in churches and things like that. When you guys die, then what do I do? And you know, that's the truth of it. Is it's like, if I spend my whole life living my life based off of how my grandparents want me to, or anybody like that, then when they die, they're in their 60s, 70s. So when they die, and probably, you know, within the next 20, 30 years, you know, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Where am I going to be? Still just as confused as I am today. You know, because I'm living somebody else's dream for me versus my own. That's big. I'm not for that at all. But I had this person in my life, and I had one of these people. They're still in my life, actually, and I'm just praying that they change. But, you know, how many times do you want an apology for things that I used to do? How many times do you want me to apologize that I was an addict? How many times do you want me to apologize that I did not put children first? How many times do you want me to apologize? Like, if I'm constantly apologizing for something I haven't done in years, how am I supposed to grow past being that person? Like, how am I supposed to grow past being an addict? How am I supposed to grow past being an addict, a dealer, a user, you know, like, whatever? How am I supposed to get past that? I can't. Because I'm constantly reliving your reality of me. And that's not good. And if you've got people in your corner who cannot see you as the better version of yourself that you're trying to be, like, you're not going to be who you used to be right off the bat. You're not going to go into recovery, or you're not going to get out of depression, anxiety, drug use, alcohol use, mental abuse. You're not going to get out of any of that stuff and then just be who you want to be or who you know you can be in like a matter of days or weeks or months. It's going to take years. Like, you didn't become who you are today overnight. You didn't. The selfish ways we have, the stubborn ways we have, anxiety, depression, drug use, all these things, to me, like, they take time. It takes time to become an addict. It's not, you don't get a prescription. You know, some people get a prescription and they take it and they're fine until like a couple months later, or they never had a problem until they got that prescription. And then, you know, you have to use it all and be without it to realize, oh, I can't go without this stuff. You know, like, it's just like a whole process to even acknowledge, admit, or see that you're in a bad spot in your life. And so, you know, it's like with depression, I can go a week and be like, man, I'm just super tired. And then, like, my body's just tired. It just needs extra rest. It just needs more rest. And the reality of it is, it's like, this is the beginning of you sliding down into this, like, depression that's so deep you can't even see how to get out of it. And, you know, that happens. And sometimes it takes medication to rebalance your body back out from the things that you've done to it. Like, I've always had anxiety, but I feel like as I got clean and I got off the drugs, my anxiety got worse. Because my body's really like, okay, what are you doing to us right here? And so, you know, it takes a while to build that up. So when people are looking at you, you know, you're not going to be able to look at me like 10 years from now, like somebody that shoots up or has shot up or whatever, which I don't do that. That's not my kick. But people that do, like, they'll be like, I ain't shot up in 10 years. But if you look down, they still got a full hole in their arm from where they used to stick the needle constantly. And what that is to me is, it's like, that was God. When I seen that one day with somebody, that was God's way of telling me that, like, it don't matter. That hole in her arm really is probably 10 years old. But the thing is, the decisions of our life, sometimes we cannot just move past them and then heal themselves. And those are some of the things that are, like, permanently adone to our body. You know, it's like people that get Hep C from needles. Like, they can't just go to the doctor and take a pill and the Hep C's gone. Like, that is a lasting, forever effect of their drug use. And, you know, I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful, man. I know for a fact at least 50 times that He's kept me from dying when I should have died. And I have no explanation for why I didn't. But, you know, the thing is, the same person that I'm talking about in this, that's really just, their criticism has really cut me down to finding it hard to heal. Like, you know, things are wrong, and it's like, well, shit, like you said, I'm just always going to be an addict, so here we go. You know? Or, well, you already said I ain't shit. I clearly already think I ain't shit, or I wouldn't be out here in these streets doing what I'm doing. If I felt a purpose on my life, I wouldn't be out here doing what I'm doing. So, the things for me is, nobody can write your story but you. 110 people are going to have accusations, they're going to have assumptions, they're going to have thoughts on you and who you are as a character. When they see you out and you just got out of bed, they're going to assume you're high and not just getting up. When they see you out and you looking raggedy, they ain't going to be like, dang, they home cleaning and doing yard work. They're going to be like, dang, look how bad they look these days. That's the wrong mindset. It's the wrong mindset. But it's not my job to make any of you think I'm a good person. It's not. It's not. Because the thing is I can give everything you say, oh, well, you ain't never gonna get off drugs. So for years with this person, when they say that, like, let's take a drug test. You know, I've gone to the store and bought them and then come home and be like, what's that? Oh, it's a drug test. What's that for? It's for me. Let's go in here in the bathroom. I want you to open it up and I'm going to pee for you. Like, I'm going to pee in this cup for you. I want to show you that I'm clean still. I had that person come to me and be like, I really don't feel like I don't feel like you're doing like you're supposed to. Like, your moods have been changing. You know, and that's another key for me now. I'm like, okay, my moods were changing because I go through things. I'm healing. Like, healing takes you to go through things. Healing causes your anxiety to go up. Healing can cause you to go into depression because a part of healing is realizing that those friends ain't really your friends. You know, a part of healing is realizing that only you are responsible for your actions. You can't blame it on the drugs. You can't blame it on those parents that weren't around. You can't blame it on that man that touched you when you was a little kid. You can't blame it on that woman who, like, was selling her coochie and sleeping with people in your bed just to pay the light bill at your house. You can't do all that. Like, nobody is at fault for where I am but me. And in a lot of sense, I have given people reason to talk down on my name. That doesn't mean it's my responsibility to go change their opinions of me. All that means is that I made mistakes. By being a better person, by getting clean, by showing people that we can do this. We can do this out here. We can live completely normal lives just like everybody else, as long as you always remember what you got to stay away from. Because that same drug that you got off of can draw you back when things ain't right. I promise. I've been there. Self-medicating is never good. It's not. I believe in medicating. I believe your body has chemical imbalances. I believe in anxiety, depression. I believe in medicating those things. I believe people who are bipolar need to be medicated. Schizophrenia needs to be medicated. I believe all these things because that's how we get to the certain level we need to be at to function in society, and I believe that. But self-medicating is not the answer. You know, I just really, out of this, I'm getting a lot today. This is a good one for me. I hope it was as good for you guys as it's been for me. But just remember, you've got to take your own inventory. Like, you've got to. And if you've wronged a person, to go back and apologize for the things that you've done, it's necessary. But it is not your job to repetitively ask for forgiveness over the same thing you've already asked forgiveness over. For them to tell you that you're not going to be more than what you are, I took that as like determination to prove their ass is wrong. But where I went wrong is I continued losing myself because I really tried to convince this person. And in an attempt to convince someone else, I lost sight of my own healing. You know, I spent more time trying to heal them that I lost a lot of time for my own healing. And that's hard to admit, but I can. And that person is no longer a part of my everyday. And I can tell. And you know, that's a lot of times when the anxiety and depression come on, it can also be a good thing. And learning to survive without those people, and learning that little devil on your shoulder and them in your ear is not actually your fate. You got to make your own fate. And I believe in that. I believe in making your own fate. I believe in prayer. I believe in the power of prayer. And when I got away from the toxicity of the people mainly person, but people that really just kind of held me in that same zone all the time. Like, you know, and they say you like just simple stuff like, oh, you love the drugs over me. Well, no, I don't. And then it's like, you know, well, I got clean, you know, so it's like, oh, well, you know, it's just like a part of being an addict. No, I'm not an addict. I'm a recovering addict. Like, I need you to use those words a little different, you know? But never could this person just, like, understand the process. And it was like it was just me, you know? Like, there's other people in their lives that have been addicts, parents, grandparents, cousins, brothers, like, literally everybody around them, including their self, actually, believe it or not, was an alcoholic. And so there was times we couldn't even relate the two diseases. Like, it was like, oh, well, mine ain't nothing compared to what you're talking about. All that stuff is toxic in your life. So if you got somebody that's constantly asking you or constantly still looking at you like, it's like if you go take a shower, right? And then you get out of the shower and they're like, oh, well, you're dirty. No, I was dirty, but I washed since then. Yeah, but you're going to be, you know, like, yeah, but you was dirty before you took a shower. So, like, I'm calling you dirty. But I'm not dirty. I just took a shower. You know? And you get in there and you cleanse. Like, it's the same thing for me. It's like I cleansed my soul. I'm not on these drugs anymore. I'm not dependent on them. I'm not having withdrawals from them. So, no, I'm not an addict. I'm in recovery, but I'm not an addict. Quit talking to me like I just came out the bathroom from using. Quit talking to me like I got pill reds on my face. Quit talking to me like I've done all these things or I am doing all of these things. These things are who I used to be. So there's a time in your recovery. There's a time that has come for me right now where I have had to say, listen, I've been clean. You can acknowledge me as somebody who's constantly working to get better, or you can acknowledge me as the same person I was when I was getting court-ordered rehab. The choice is yours. And then what choice you make depends on the choice that I have to make. So if you don't want to see me as different, then I have to make the choice whether you're too toxic to keep in my world or not. I have to make those decisions. So at the end of the day, if I'm the bad guy, I'm not sorry. Really. I am not sorry that you see me the way that you see me. I'm not. And none of you should be either. If you need to fix you, you need to fix you. Only you know your truth. If you are aware that you have hurt people that you love, you need to go fix that. You need to. But do not let them hold what you used to do over your head. We can heal. We all heal. I believe in that. So you need to make sure you surround yourself with people who are going to let you heal. Do your apologies. Apologize to these people. Do what you need to try to make it right, to try to prove to them. But once you've done that, or you're sitting there like, dang, I don't know how else to make them see what I'm trying to say, then stop. Excuse me. Because if you don't know how to say it in any different way than what you already have, that means you've already said it in every way possible. And if they ain't taking it, that's on them. But I'm going to tell you something. People who are addicts are some of the most loving people. We're some of the most loving people. That's why we turn to drugs, to fill those empty spots in us that we just don't know what else to do with. So when we get our stuff together and we right there where we supposed to be and we listening and we following and we living the life we supposed to live, we some of the most dangerous people you'll ever meet. Because God don't play about us. He kept us alive for a reason. And I'm telling you, God don't play about us. If y'all suffering with anything, depression, anxiety, if there's anything I can do for you guys, reach out in the comments. Come talk to me. I'm here. I'm putting myself out there for you guys because I know somebody's going to grow with me while I'm growing through this process. I look forward to it. Y'all share this video out to people that y'all know are struggling, who are out there having a hard time learning to forgive themselves for the actions that they've made and the decisions that they've made. And y'all share it for them, because we're gonna help one person if that's all we can do. I'm fine with that. And I'm healing in the process. It makes me feel strong. I'm happy with where I am. Y'all keep me in mind tomorrow as I go hit this time clock. I'm excited about that. Y'all keep me on your mind. Reach out. I'll be doing a video tomorrow. Obviously, it won't be early because I'll be at work. But when I get off work, I'll let you guys know how my first day was, and we'll hit another lick in the book. Y'all take care.